Hi, my name is Cami Dajalam. I represent the company CYBERGRID, and today I'll be presenting the results from the Horizon 2020 CROSSBOW project Work Package 11 with a specific focus on high-level use case 8. First, we will have a quick look at who CYBERGRID is and what our main activities are. Second, we'll look at the high-level architecture of the CFP, the Cooperative Flexibility Platform tool developed within the CROSSBOW project. Third, we'll see how the CFP is managed, in particular using the democratic governance from the CFP members. Fourth, we'll examine the energy assets that are part of the CFP use cases. Next, we'll look at different types of activation and how energy assets create revenue via activation of their available flexibility. And finally, how the activation report looks like in the CFP tool from the member's perspective. CYBERGRID has developed and tested a new business model enabling asset owners to organize as energy cooperatives by offering flexibility services to the balancing markets without the need of a middleman. To facilitate this business model, the Cooperative Flexibility Platform, or the CFP, was developed. The CFP tool was developed to offer cooperatives all the required tools to provide flexibility services, such as data collection from the energy assets, deaggregation algorithms, market integration, democratic voting, and accounting. And when we say flexibility service, what we mean is an energy asset owner can provide a service to increase or decrease their consumption and/or generation at any given moment. Among others, several advanced algorithms were developed to support battery energy storage system integration and intraday energy market integration to enhance AFRR, or secondary, and MFRR, tertiary services to the TSO. The idea of the CFP tool is shown on this slide. The first process on the slide shows the current traditional approach. Typically, the business of flexibility services would be run by the traditional retailer. He or she may not own any energy assets, but would provide this service from their portfolio. They would set the flexibility management platform, screen for the new energy assets in a particular country, contract with the energy asset owners, bargain for the energy and capacity price with each energy asset separately, and finally offer the aggregated flexibility as the flexibility product to the balancing market, for example. In this case, a margin of the revenue will go to the retailer, and the energy asset owners would, in the end, receive only a small reward. The second process shows the CROSSBOW developed approach. Compared with the traditional method, the CFP model would allow the members of a CFP to form a community, offer their flexibility assets directly to the market, and allow members of the CFP to receive most of the revenue from the capacity price and the activation, and therefore, compared with the traditional approach, the reward is greater. Here we see the high-level architecture of the Cooperative Flexibility Platform. The CFP tool is the collection of different tools and systems. Cooperative and flexibility management platforms plus demand response and generation assets are integrated via an API. Main functionalities include cooperative establishment, shares management, democratic governance, financial bookkeeping, flexibility products, prices, and trading strategies, among others. The CFP platform then supports an ancillary market tool developed for CROSSBOW that provides its flexibility products on the flexibility markets. This slide outlines the workflow of the new CFP members. First, they register. The flexibility asset owner would register via the dedicated user registration form of the CFP, where they would provide all the important information about themselves to the organization. Additionally, they can attach documents proving the origin and energy assets they would be able to offer. Once the registration is completed, other CFP members provide due diligence efforts by approving or disapproving their membership in the CFP by casting their votes. 2. Energy asset integration. When the registration is finalized, the member can connect their energy assets with the platform. Next, members can also participate in the day-to-day cooperative decisions by participating in the voting processes. Next, the flexibility products are then defined and sent to the markets. Number 5, the activation request is received and created. Next, all the members can monitor the activation progress via different viewing options. And finally, at the end of the activation, a report is generated. A unique feature of the CFP tool is that it's democratically managed. The day-to-day cooperative decisions are made by participating in a voting process. Here we can see how voting procedures look like in the CFP tool. 2 different types of polls are supported: due diligence of the new members and generic polls, where CFP administrators can submit generic questions to the cooperative to democratically manage the cooperative. In this example, the PV energy price should be at 100 euros per kilowatt hour. When the poll is opened, the members are asked to cast their vote. When the voting period is finished, the result of the poll is visualized to the members while showing the total number of votes and a comparison between approved versus rejected votes. While running numerous CFP use cases during the CROSSBOW project, significant lists of energy assets were used, which you can see in this screenshot of the CFP tool. Some of the energy assets were simulated while others were real. Some of the real energy assets included things like CHP, small hydro, and wind power, while simulated energy assets included battery energy storage, generation units, and commercial and industrial units. One thing to note about the real energy assets, the data in the monitoring was real, but no actual activation was performed on the asset side. The activation response was just simulated. Here you can see the status of the energy assets in these screenshots of the flexibility platform. You can see the arcade widget, which shows the list of energy assets in the portfolio, which ones are available for the market, and their available flexibility. There is also a tower widget, which shows total amount of the flexibility in the portfolio with other status, such as set points, activation and energy, deviation, and the contracted power by all the markets. On the chart widget, users can analyze the data of a particular energy asset on the different timescales and periods. This slide illustrates what happens when energy assets are ready to be activated. First, the administrator, trader, or auto bidder of the CFP platform generates different products, including the volume of the flexibility and the time period. Second, the trader or auto bidder automatically submits the offers to the market, in this case using the ancillary market tool also developed in the CROSSBOW project. Third, based on the market and its algorithms, the offers are checked and the best ones are accepted. This automatically triggers the notification to the CFP platform which offers were accepted and which ones were rejected. Fourth, based on the market, intraday accepted offers automatically create the planned activation. This is based on the properties of the offer, such as the period and the amount, which starts at the time of the offer and finishes when the end time of the offer is reached. An MFRR accepted offer follows the manual activation request, usually from the TSO directly. Here, we simulate the TSO request and create the MFRR activation, which needs to be created for the time between the MFRR offer. Finally, the activation reports are generated at intervals of every 15 minutes. One aspect of the CROSSBOW project I'd like to highlight is the benefit of energy asset activation on multiple markets, particularly when battery energy storage sources are in the picture. Multi-market versus single market integration improves the overall portfolio and rate of return for the asset owner. Battery energy storage systems are particularly good assets because they help balance and optimize an existing portfolio, since it can effectively act as a demand response and generation unit. As previously mentioned, in the end of the activation, a report is generated. CFP members can see their own reports for their energy assets. They can observe the energy being provided and consumed in aggregated intervals such as monthly and daily. The report also details the activation requests and the revenue that activating their energy assets has brought them. Similarly, the members can see the aggregated report for the entire CFP and the money distributed between the revenue, cost, and profit. This brings my presentation to a conclusion. I want to thank you for your attention. If you have any questions about this presentation, feel free to contact me or my colleague Andras Andolchak.